Ears, eyes, a nose, and a tail. It could be any dog anywhere. But add a human being with a visual disability, a big dose of courage, love, and training, and you have this, a Fidelco Guide Dog. Fidelco is dedicated to helping men and women with visual disabilities throughout the United States and Canada find freedom and independence through the use of our superb German Shepherd guide dogs. Fidelco has placed more than 1,000 guide dogs with men and women who are determined to live their lives to the fullest. Our clients run the gamut, from business people to college students to the neighbors who live down the street.
My Fidelco experience has been phenomenal. I'm absolutely happy with Eve. I'm happy with the training. I'm happy with any kind of follow-up that I've ever asked for. I love my dog.
Ever since the first initial call that I made inquiring about getting an application up until today, it's just been wonderful. I couldn't imagine it being any better.
I called Fidelco asking for some help, and they came right to me as soon as I asked, and that was a really comforting feeling. I knew that they were there. I don't feel like they kind of just gave me a dog and left me hanging. They're there to help, which is a good feeling.
The reason I chose Fidelco primarily was the in-community placement that they offered. I didn't want to take the time away from the whole work environment to go to their place and do that, and I just thought that was the best, that Fidelco was the best fit for me at the time.
Fidelco pioneered in-community placement in the United States. Through this process, our clients are trained to use their guide dogs in their homes, neighborhoods, and places of work. And in every case, their Fidelco guide dog is with them every step of the way.
I've always been a very independent person, and gradually losing my sight hasn't changed that. But adding Linka has made me even more independent. I feel more confident with my step now. I can step out the door and just go.
With the dog, it's a different kind of freedom. It's a mental freedom. It's an emotional freedom. With a dog, I can walk and I can think about other things and solve problems, and I don't have this constant sense of I better stay alert and listen to every tiny sound all around me and make sure, because otherwise something bad will happen.
I used to stay at home and I was, about 40 pounds overweight. Now I've got a dog and I do a lot of traveling, and it brings me back to some of the old days when I used to travel by myself.
Coming to Manhattan has really opened up my world. When people come, I can show them around the Manhattan area. And I like that, because instead of somebody driving me around and me as their captive audience, I now can take people around to places that I would like to show them.
Fidelco could not exist without our incredible volunteers. From those who work in our kennels to the people who help plan and execute our fundraising events, we treasure each and every interaction with these volunteers, who are the heart of our organization. In terms of pure selflessness, it is our foster families who rise to the top. They take our pups at 6 to 8 weeks of age, love and care for them, participate in weekly socialization and training activities, and then, when the pups are approximately 14 to 16 months old, return them to us for formal guide dog training.
In the beginning, it was really, really tough. You forget what it's like to have a puppy, and it's a lot of work. And there's a real learning curve, and fortunately the staff at Fidelco was incredibly helpful. I mean, any kind of question we had, we could always rely on them to come up with an answer. We could call them anytime, night or day.
I wouldn't pass up this experience for the world, because Heidi's such a joy, and the joy she brought to our life is, you can't replace that with anything.
Charles and Roby Kaman, who founded Fidelco, have a deep and abiding love of German Shepherd dogs. Their unwavering belief in how the breed could help people with visual disabilities lead a more normal life was the foundation upon which our organization was built. Today, Fidelco is a nationally recognized leader in the guide dog industry. And as we look to the future, your support is more important than ever.
Linka has brought to me such joy. I mean, my independence has reached the level now I had before losing my sight. And I just can't say enough thanks. I think it's wonderful.
Just having a dog beside me helps me to have the confidence and the feeling that somebody else is with me that understands that I'm not alone in a new environment.
The reward of having the dog is much more than I could even have fathomed. I can't imagine my life without a Fidelco dog.
Yes, the ears, eyes, nose, and tail could belong to any dog, anywhere. But add a human being with a visual disability and a big dose of courage, love, and training, and you have this, a Fidelco guide dog.